ATM card. Okay, now carefully observe. Next one is what now? Select your language. Next one is what now? Select your banking option. The next one I want to click on. What is this? Withdraw. After click on withdraw, okay, it was asking what now? Enter amount. Suppose he wanted amount is 3,000 rupees. After that, he want to select either current account or saving account. After that, he will be entered. What is now? PIN number. So he will enter so and so PIN number. And finally, it was say what now? Yes or no. And here I said already, yes means what now? Commit. No means what now? Roll back. Got it? Huh? Now, so now this customer will do total how many operations internally? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now what it was happened? When he was committed, okay, he was click on yes button, then 3,000 rupees will be released from your ATM. And remaining balance amount, how much showing? 7,000. Is it accuracy? Yes or no? Yes. But here, okay, I was click on either yes. It was retrieval your data. Okay. So 3,000 rupees it will be retrieved. And balance will showing what now? 7,000. So this is accuracy. If you click on no, if I click on no, what happened? Your amount will not release and your amount will be showing 10,000 rupees. It is also accuracy. Okay, now exactly. So this is what it was happened, either yes or no. Finally, it was giving accurate information to you. Okay, right. But tell me now this ex-customer is done. How many transactions he done? Come on. ATM. How many transactions ex-customer done? 1, 8. Come on, guys. I'm not asking any IAS, IPS question. Regular, it's in your life. Regularly, you're doing this. How many transactions? 1 transaction, not 8 transactions. Okay. So these entire operations, whatever we did, okay, either you can click on yes, it done 1 transaction successfully. If I click on no, it done 1 transaction cancel. Yes or no? So that's why you can finish this transaction. You will get a final slip. Yes or no? In the slip, can you find out how many transactions ID numbers are there? 8 or 1? 1 transaction ID. Understand? Na? So here, these are all are called as internal operations. These all are called as internal operations for your which transaction? Withdraw transaction. So when I did this, okay, so your database server will assume or will treat this X customer is done how many transaction? 1 transaction only. But in the transaction, there are so many steps. How many steps I perform? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps. How many steps procedure? 8 steps procedure. These all 8 steps are going to be combined together and treat as 1 transaction so that 1 transaction ID number is generated. Okay, now, but how these 8 steps operations will treat as a one transaction by your server means that with the help of which property? Atomicity property. Atomic is nothing but what? Single transaction. Are you understand my point now? Yes. Now, same as, for example, are you booking some tickets? Yes or no? So when you're booking some tickets, for example, railway tickets or airlines, whatever online through you're booking tickets, it is like that. Can I directly open website and booking ticket? No, there also some steps are there. Yes or no? So first you have to set your date and time. Date you have to set. Yes or no? On the date, how many trains are there? How many flights are there? Okay. And that all list will come to you. And to which train, which flight you want to reserve. So that you have to select. And after that, you will be open one form. In the form, passengers details you need to enter. After enter, you need to submit. Later, pay. Payment is also having some option. Debit card payments, credit card payments, net banking, UPI. So you are selected. After that, you will be entered. Okay, some OTP number. Then finally, these much process will done. Then finally, your ticket will be confirmed. Yes or no? Now tell me, how many ticket? That means how many transactions you did? Only one transaction. Understand my point now? So internally, how many steps we followed for a transaction to fulfill, that all will be treated as a one transaction. And this one transaction, okay, when you click on yes, these all are permanently executed. Okay, and amount will be released and showing that transaction successful. Okay, now this is one. Otherwise, if I selected no, then all are cancelled. Your ATM card will come outside and your balance, you're not getting 3,000 rupees. And what is your balance? 10,000. That means atomicity, what it was tell us, either all operations will be committed, otherwise none of the operation will commit. So either all are committed when you click on yes, either all are cancel when you click on no. So either yes or no, any one only happen. Your transaction may be success or cancel. But success transaction ID, cancel transaction ID also generated. Okay, now so that means either yes or no. Finally, it was giving one transaction ID, and this ID transaction will be saved under database memories. Okay, now so this is the internal process for your and this kind of maintenance, how database server will be maintained means with the help of which property? Atomicity. Atomicity means what now? Single transaction. Your entire transaction will treat as a one transaction, and that one transaction may be successfully done or maybe cancelled. That is called as a atomicity. Okay, right. And the next one is called as C. C stands for, what is this? Consistency. So don't write. This is completely theory. I already given in the notes. Just observe concept. Consistency. Consistency means what? Okay. Consistency is nothing but to maintain accuracy or to maintain accurate information. Okay. So how it was? To maintain accurate data or information. Okay, how it is. For example, Same as, observe carefully. X is a customer. One example, X is a customer. And Y is another customer. Y account balance is 5,000 rupees. X customer account balance is 10,000 rupees. So carefully observe concept. So now X customer account balance 10,000, Y customer 5,000. Now what do you want to do? X customer want to transfer some amount to Y customer. You need to do transfer. So now X customer can transfer here now. Transfer. How much amount you want to transfer? Means, for example, he want to transfer 3,000 rupees. To which customer? Y customer. So it means that when you are transferring 3,000 rupees, it means what it is here. Okay, what is the mean by this? Okay, it means from my X customer 3,000 rupees, when he was transferred, the 3,000 rupees from X customer account debited or credited? Debited. So debit. Debit amount, how much? 3,000. And balance amount, how much? How much? 7,000. Okay, balance amount 7,000. Then debit amount plus balance amount, total 10,000. Is it satisfied? Is it satisfied? 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 What is his balance? 10,000. Debit amount, balance amount, total. Satisfied? Yes. And now this is amount is what now? Debit. For Y customer, credit. How much credit? Is balance amount how much? Total amount how much? Okay, right. So now we can see, and finally, okay, These are after transfer your X customer 3,000 from X to Y. These are the balance amounts of your X and Y. To have any problem in this, or the both informations are accurate. Is it clear? Nothing problem now? This is what we called as a consistency. So how much you was transfer? After transfer, what is your balance amount? The balance amount plus transfer amount is equals to total amount. Satisfied now? And this customer is 5,000 after credited. So credit amount plus balance amount is equals to total amount 8,000. So Y customer account information is accuracy. X customer account information is accuracy. This kind of maintenance is called as what now? Consistency we called. But suppose, are you transfer 3,000 rupees, but still your balance, it was showing 10,000 rupees. Is it possible? No. If it is having like this, then the problem is what? Your debit amount how much? Balance amount how much? Debit plus balance 13,000, but actually your balance. So if you maintain like this is accurate? No. Understand now? So this is not a accuracy. This is not a consistency. Okay now? But this kind of things are not happening. 99.9% of things are not happened this. Okay now? So this is not the way of a transaction. So this is your transaction, and this kind of maintenance is called as what now? Consistency we called. Okay now? Exactly. It will maintain by customers accounts. Okay, whatever it was. Okay, right. Now next one, I. I stands for isolation. Isolation means what, sir? Means every transaction is independent. Okay, every transaction is independent. So one transaction will never interference into another transaction. Okay now? So never interfere into another transaction. Every transaction is a independent. That means withdraw is a independent transaction. Deposit is a independent transaction. Transfer is a independent transaction. Checking balance is a independent transaction. Mini statements is a independent. So there are so many transactions we can perform, but every transaction will treat as independent transactions. One transaction will never interference under another transaction. So that kind of separations, maintenance will maintain by database with the help of what now? Isolation. Isolation means what now? Every transaction will treat as independent transactions, and one transaction will never interference under another transaction. Understand now? So that's why you can withdraw, you can withdraw, you can deposit, you can deposit, you can transfer, you can transfer, you can balance, you can check balance, mini statements, mini statements. But everything, when you did some transaction, for every transaction purpose, one independent ID number is generated. Yes or no? Yes or no? Because of reason, every transaction will treat as a separate transactions. That is the reason. Can you see in your banking book, passbook, if you did a deposit information will be there. Credit amount information is there. Transfer amount will be there. Okay. So whatever the transaction you did, every transaction will be separate information will be showing, but not all are in one transaction. Can you find out like this? No, every transaction will be separate. Even the 1 rupee also separate statement will be printed. So and so date, so and so time, so and so ID, this much amount is debited from your account, this much amount is balance. So it will be seen in your passbooks. Everything will be very clear. Okay. Because of reason, every transaction is a independently treated. Okay. That kind of treatment will done by isolation. Internally, isolation property responsibility is what now? Every transaction will be separated. Understand now? Every transaction will be separated. And even though, can you see, withdraw transaction, if you do 3 times, then 3 ID numbers are generated. Yes or no? Understand now? So if you go ATM mission, suppose today, the 10 o'clock, you can go to ATM, withdraw some amount, take a slip. After 10 minutes of half an hour, you can go to one more transaction, take a slip. After 1 hour, you can go to one more transaction, take a slip. The 3 slips, IDs, check it out. Independent or same? Independent. Every transaction ID is a separate. So by that reason only, the people will know that this customer, how many transaction he was did in a day. Okay, per a day, this customer, how many transactions are done, how the banking people knows, because of reason, every transaction is a separate. That's why the banking people knows that you did your transaction so and so date 3 or 4 or 5. And nowadays you have some limit also. Yes or no? What is the limit? How many transactions I can do with ATM? 3 or only 3 or 5 or 3 or? So 3 transactions. Yes or no? So, but more than 3 if you did, what happened? It was showing that your transaction limit already over. Yes or no? Some kind of messages are coming to us. Okay. So like every transaction will be independent, and that was maintained by isolation property. And what next? D. So D stands for durability. So what is the mean by durability here? Durability means what now? Once a transaction is committed, then no one can change this transaction. Okay, now once your transaction is committed by user, then no one can change it. It's permanent, fixed. I cannot change again. That's why I already said to you, once committed, we cannot roll back. So that is what the durability. So once your transaction successfully committed, then the transaction cannot be cancelled at any cost. At any cost. Okay, now even though if any abnormal terminations are happen, but still once your transaction is committed means committed only, and that transaction will never affected. Okay, so that kind of the maintenance will done by what now? Durability. So when you do your transaction and transaction is committed, after committed your transaction, if any abnormal terminations are happen, okay, abnormal terminations, abnormal means unexpected things. Okay, so unexpected things like the system crash. Okay, like your database server will be crashed, your data, okay, your database is collapsed, anything is happened. So but your transaction will not affected, because this transaction already committed. Once committed, if you do anything, it is not affected on your transaction. Okay, that is what we called as what now? Durability. So these are the 4 properties, guys, will maintain by all databases, okay, internally by default, and these are called inbuilt. And this is completely theory. And if anybody asks your interview panels, what is acid properties? And acid properties, each and every property should explain like this. If he was asking, what is atomicity? Can you give one example on this? So this is best example of atomicity. So consistency, this is one of the best example. Isolation, every transaction is independent. That is one example. Like withdraw transaction, and deposit transaction, balance queries. These are durables means once transaction committed, the transaction cannot be cancelled. Okay, now, so these are the things, acid properties. With the help of these acid properties only, your databases are maintained accurate and consistency of data. Okay, now, so this is your transaction control language commands. Okay, right, and I'm sharing these notes to you. Okay. And the next one, you're observed, the next topic. Okay, so this is my table and the table information. Okay, now so from this table I need to find out my first highest salary which employee is getting. So which employee is earning the first highest salary in my company, those employee details I want to find out. Question understand now? How to write query. This is your table. In your table, total 14 employees are there. Out of 14 employees, which employee is getting first highest salary? And that employee details I wanted. As of now, you learn some concepts now. Operators, functions, classes. Okay. Tell me, how to find out first highest salary employee? How to write query? Tell me. Select star. Okay. From EMP. Where the salary equals to max. This is error. Okay, so can you try this question? Otherwise, can I ask second question? Better to second question, huh? First question is somewhat tough. So second question. I want to find out second highest salary employee details. I'm not asking first highest. I'm asking second highest salary employee details. How to write? It is somewhat easy, no? Compared to first question. Which is easy? First one or second one? First one, try. Tell me first one how to write. Think first highest salary. That employee, who is that? That person details I wanted. And in front of you, I'm showing you a table also. Short. Tell me, what is your idea? Tell me, I will write. Your idea will implement practically, whether it is right or wrong. Okay, leave it. This is also a very tough question. Next question I'm asking. Total 14 employees are there now? Okay. In this 14 employees, who is the senior most employee? That I want to find out. I want to find out the senior most employee in my company. You have 14 people. Who is the senior most? How can you say Smith? Practically prove now. Huh? Practically prove. How can you say Smith? Because if you go to interview, in interview, he will not show you a table. Yes or no? What he was saying that in interview question, assume in my company, 100 employees are working. Out of 100 employees, who is the senior most employee? Write a query. How are you writing? There is no table now. I think I already said to you, one of the student is before Dasra. I told na, how much interview? 1.5 hour database interview. He was asking question and the guy was writing on board. At the time, there is no table. Just imagine only. Okay. So he was asking question, how to find out senior most employee in my company? That is question. The guy was writing query. But the guy was not asking to the interview person, sir, show me one table. He is not asking like that. But I'm showing your data in front of you. How to write now? Try it, no problem. Select star from EMP. Up to here, I know. What I wanted, senior employee details I wanted. Where higher date. Where higher date is equals to, higher data out of 100 employees who are, which employee when it was joined, that. No, na? Then tell me here, you are saying ascending, descending. Tell me how to write. Okay, this question also very tough. I leave it this. Next question I'm asking. Again, can you see tables? 14 employees. Out of 14 employees, I want to find out who is a colleague of Scott. Scott colleagues, I want to find out. Colleague means working same company, same department or different departments? Same department, colleague. Who is a colleague of Scott? I don't know. Practically tell me. Okay, just imagine, general, I'm talking to you. If you want to find out your friend colleague, first what you want to do? How you find out your friend colleague? Come on. It's a general inquiry here. How to find out your friend colleague? First I should know my friend is working in which company. Yes or no? After that, he was working under which department. So your friend is working in which company and which department. Based on that information, can I find out my friend colleagues? Yes or no? Tell me now here also. Scott is working which department? Analyst. Is there any employees there working in analyst? Working? Who is that? Fraud. So fraud is a colleague of Scott, na? So answer is come or not? But practical query, how to write? Select a star from EMP. Select a star from EMP. Where? Job. Job is equals to analyst, directly. First you are finding your friend is working in which company and in which department. First you are finding. So how to find out? First I want to find out what? Job. To whom? Scott employee. Scott employee working in which job? First I want to find out. Then only I knows that my friend is working so-and-so department. Without finding directly knows, no. So how to write now? So now these questions understand now what I'm asking now? These kind of things, when you want to do or perform on table data, okay, that I can do it with the help of the most important topic and very big topic. It is also taking almost 1 week topic. What is this? Subquery. Write down. Okay. So what we ask here, this kind of things and this kind of operations, when you need to perform on database data, there you can use what now? Subqueries. And subqueries, one more advantage is what now? I can write some operations, I can perform some operations without knowing data of table. So in my table, how many rows are there? What kind of data was there? How many employees informations are there? What is their salaries information? What is their hire dates? Okay, what is their departments? I don't know anything. So without knowing the information about the table, if you want to do some operations, they immediately remember what I want to use subqueries. Okay, now subqueries advantage is what now? I don't know about my table. So how many employees are there in my table? What is their names? What is their data? I don't know anything, but still I can perform my operations. That kind of facility and advantage was there within a subquery. That's why subqueries are one of the most important topic in real time. Okay, now? And now let me see so how these subqueries will work, and whatever I said to you, that every question answer how to get by using of subquery. Okay, right. So first definition is what now? Subquery, how we can define means a query inside another query is called as what now? Subquery. So can you return as of now any query inside query we return? As of now we return that kind of cases? Huh? Yes or no, yeah? Are you written any kind of like a query inside another query? No, na? So we didn't see as of now, but now we can see that kind of things with the help of what now? Subqueries. So subquery means what now? A query inside another query. But this kind of operations as of now we didn't perform. Okay. Now, but when you write like this, that kind of statements are called as what now? Subquery statements we called. Okay, now? Right. And what is the syntax for this subquery? Observe. Select star from table name where condition of select star from of select star from. Okay, so first and second. Okay, so now like this, you can write your number of queries in a single line statement. Okay, now, right. But can you see guys here in this subquery statement, there are two types of queries we have. One is we called as here, up to here we called as here outer query. And whatever it was there internally, these are called as what now? Inner queries. So a subquery statement is having how many types of queries? Two types, inner and outer. Okay, now? Right. So now that point here. Okay, write down. A subquery statement is having two more queries. Two more queries. Okay. Those are, first one we called as inner query or child query or subquery. Second one is called as outer query or parent query or main query. Now, okay, the two queries are there in my subquery statement, inner and outer. So now the question was, in these two queries, first, which query is execute? Inner query na, outer query na? Outer or inner? Inner. Okay. So this kind of confusion was there. Inner or outer means here, as per this confusion, the people what they did here, as per the execution process of subquery, it again classified into two types. Okay. First one is called as non-correlated subqueries. Non-correlated subquery. Second one, correlated subquery. So as per the execution process of subquery, it again classified into two waves. The two types, one is non-correlated, one is correlated. Okay, so what is non-correlated and what is correlated means, here observe. So non-correlated in this case, okay, first inner query will execute, guys. First inner query is executed. Later outer query will execute. So this is non-correlated nature. First inner, after outer. And what about correlated subquery? In correlated, first outer query is executed, and after, okay, that means later, inner query will execute. Okay, so that means subqueries are how it was executed means, okay, you can't say exactly one because there are two methods we have, correlated method and non-correlated. But finally the point is what now? Either non-correlated or correlated, whatever you can use. The way of execution process will be changed, but finally returns same result. Understand now? So maybe the way of execution process will be different, but finally give us same result. Okay. So that is the reason in this two, which method should use mostly means 99% of people are using non-correlated subqueries. Okay now? So don't use correlated immediately. First priority. What is my first priority? Non-correlated. So later correlated. Why, sir? Because of reason, when you comparing with non-correlated subquery to correlated subquery, which performance will be fast and high, means that non-correlated performance is very high compared to correlated. So correlated performance is very low, but non-correlated performance is very high. That is the reason the priority of the people, what is that? Non-correlated. So when non-correlated performance wise very nice and very fast, okay, that's why the people will give a priority for that. Then where I want to use correlated, sir, means that correlated when I want to use, okay, for example, you have a one requirement, and the requirement first I try with the non-correlated, because my first priority as per performance wise, I'm using what now? Non-correlated. So non-correlated through I am implementing my requirement. But what it was happened, it was highly complex query will come to me. That means a very big query we need to write. Okay. So that is very highly complex. Complex queries means big queries, very difficult queries we need to write. So in that cases, okay, you can use what now? Correlated. That means when my requirement will be fulfilled by using non-correlated, but should write some complex queries. I need to write some complex query to fulfill that requirement. So in that cases, to avoid your complexity, difficulty, then you can use correlated. That is one case. Second case is what now? Suppose your requirement is not fulfilled with the non-correlated method, there you can use what now? Correlated. Understand now? So there are two cases. One is when you are writing complex queries by using non-correlated, to avoid that complexity, you can prefer correlated. Otherwise, if your requirement is not fulfilled by using non-correlated method, so there I need to fulfill my requirement purpose, I can use correlated. Other than in this two, any one situation, okay, any one situation, that don't use a correlated, because performance wise low performance. That how it is, I will explain practically by using some examples. Okay now? Right. So these are the definition of non-correlated and correlated. Okay. But what is our first priority? Why? Performance wise, it was better performance compared to correlated. Okay now? Right. But correlated when we want to use means to avoiding some complex queries which we written by using non-correlated method. At that moment I can use. Otherwise my requirements are not possible to fulfill by using non-correlated subquery. There also I can use a correlated. Other than these two situations, don't touch correlated subqueries. Understand now? So this is what, and that practically we will see in the examples. Okay, right. And first we will discuss about non-correlated. Text hiding, non-correlated. Okay. Now what you say? So in this mechanism, First, inner query is executed, and later the outer query will execute. Okay. So in non-correlated, again, it was classified into different types of non-correlated subqueries are there. In this first one, we called as single row subquery. Second one is called as multiple row subquery. Third one is called as multiple column subquery. Fourth one is called as inline view subquery. Okay, now, right. And these are the four types in my non-correlated: single row, multiple column, and inline view. Okay, but these all are how it was working means first inner, later outer. Okay, right. And now we will see about first one, single row subquery. So what is single row subquery? And when I called subquery is a single row subquery means so whenever your subquery will return a single value, okay, then we called as what now? Single row subquery. Okay. Now, when a subquery, when a subquery return, okay, a single value, okay, single value, then we called as single row subquery, SRSQ. Okay. And in this single row subquery, which kind of operators I can use? Means, so we can use the following operators. The following operators are, okay. So operators are what now? Equal, comma, less than, comma, greater than, comma, less than or equals to, comma, greater than or equals to, comma, not equals to. So these operators only I can use. Other than these operators, I can't use any other operator. And why, sir, these operators only we can use means, can you see these operators specially we are using to comparing of how many values comparisons? Only single value. For example, if I was given x is equals to 10, x is equals to 10 comma 20 comma 30. Which one is correct? First one or second one? First one. So equal operator, we are using here equal operator to comparison of how many values? Single value. But whenever you want to try like this, it was not showing, it was showing error. It's not allowed. Same as, can you tell me guys here, x less than 10, okay, and x less than 10 comma 20 comma 30, which is correct? First one or second one? First one. So less than operators we are using to comparing of a single value, but you can't write like this in multiple values. Okay now? So that reason my single row subquery returns how many values? Single values, so that these all operators are supporting. Okay now? Because of reason this operator specially we are using for to comparing of how many values? One value comparisons purpose. Okay, so this is what it was. That is the reason we are using single row subquery operators are these, right? So definition clear now? All of you clear this definition? So now the practical examples we will see tomorrow. Okay, now I will show you some examples how to work on single row subqueries. Okay, so thank you so much. Online students have any queries, send your queries. So Kapil, already the link was given into your Google Classroom. Okay, so directly go to that link and create it. Okay now? Swati, Google Classroom you can take from your administrator. Okay.
ఇలా మనం ఆపరేషన్ పర్ఫామ్ చేస్తాం సార్, అదే సాలరీ అనేది అది ఫీజు అనేది ఇంక్రిమెంట్ చేశారు సార్. చేసిన తర్వాత కమిట్ ఆప్షన్ ఇస్తే ఇలా టేబుల్ రాకుండా ఓన్లీ ప్రీవియస్ టేబుల్ వస్తుంది.
అంతే.
మరి ఇది ఎలా సేవ్ చేయాలి?
ఎందుకంటే ఇదేంటి, ఇది సెలెక్ట్ కమాండ్. సెలెక్ట్ కమాండ్ అంటే ఏంటి? డేటా రిట్రైవల్ పర్పస్.
ఇది సేవ్
అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి? ఒక కాలం క్రియేట్ చేయాలి. ఇంక్రిమెంట్ ఆఫ్ స్టూడెంట్ ఫీ అనే కాలం యాడ్ చేసి అందులో అప్డేట్ కమాండ్ అప్లై చేయాలి. అప్పుడు నీకు పర్మనెంట్ గా సేవ్ అవుతుంది.
ఇలా అవుతాయి.
So check it out, Kapil. Maybe you try with this user ID password is connected or not. Check it out. With this user ID password, just check it out. So Suchitra, you need all class recording videos, means contact to Naresh IT people. Your admin, who is this? So to that admin you can contact.
టేబుల్ లో రో క్రియేట్ చేసాం సార్. అందులో పాజిటివ్ వాల్యూస్ నెగిటివ్ వాల్యూస్ ఒకే రోలో రాసి, కానీ పాజిటివ్ వాల్యూస్ నెగిటివ్ వాల్యూస్ సపరేట్ ఒకే టేబుల్ ఒకే దాంట్లో చూపించాం.
నెగిటివ్ వాల్యూ సపరేట్ చేయడానికి లాజిక్ ఏంటి? If condition if x less than 0,
X less than
the positive be greater than, and అక్కడ ఏమి ఇచ్చారు? if else conditions ఇచ్చారు. ఇంకా మనకు రాలేదు కదా, వస్తుంది ముందు వస్తుంది,
ఉన్నాయా సార్?
చాలా ఉన్నాయి. నవంబర్ ఎండింగ్. So one is Wally, okay. Any database or any backend ACID properties are inbuilt for any backend database. There is no other languages, whatever it was. Okay, na? Because all backend applications are depends on SQL language. Okay, na? So only one language for the backend, SQL. And in that SQL, all databases are supporting ACID properties. Other languages are not having any ACID properties. Okay, right.
గూగుల్ క్లాస్ రూమ్
Admin దగ్గర తీసుకో. అది ఇస్తారు. శుభం దగ్గర. So Kapil, if you are trying, this is your username here, password entered, password SYS entered. After giving username, below password SYS entered, and check it. That entire slash sys as sys DBA, that is entire username, and below password SYS small case characters. Use all our small case characters, Kapil. Check. Accepted or not, tell me. Amma?
టేబుల్ గురించి క్వశ్చన్ చెప్పారు. కొర్రీస్ చెప్పాను ముందు సార్. టేబుల్ ఇచ్చి క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతాను.
అవును చెప్తాను కదా, క్లాస్ చెప్పేస్తాను. Okay, if it is not solved that, it means that you have to reinstallation. Okay, na? If it is not solved means there is only chance reinstallation. Calculation, everything you are writing in the query are the, okay, you are writing in the query, but internally the result, whatever the transaction results will come, that results will be maintained accurately. Okay, na? Wally, the results, whatever the transaction is complete or fail, completed, the successful result, fail, the cancellation results will maintain by databases. That the work is done by ACID properties. Okay, now after doing calculations, the final result, whatever it was come, so that results will be maintained accurately. That is a responsibility of ACIDs. Okay, but logic, everything you should write yourself. Okay, now right guys. Okay, right guys, and tomorrow I will interact with you. Okay.